Studies show that 100% of everybody in the world wants to curl up indoors and do nothing because it's so darn cold out there. That's why many people are turning to Bombas, whose pillowy plush slippers and warm merino wool socks have been said to be the most comfortable in the history of feet. Bombas products have been found to boost coziness by up to 1,000,000%. Okay, enough fake statistics, but could Bombas socks and slippers really be the cure? Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
Grief doesn't keep a calendar. Anxiety doesn't clock out after 5. Depression doesn't care if it's your busy season. But support can still fit into your life. With Grow, you can find a therapist who meets you where you are. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions. You can search by insurance, provider specialty, treatment methods, and more to find a therapist who works for you. And if it's not the right fit, switching is easy. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Find therapy on your time. Evenings, weekends, and cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Yes, Hamish, I definitely used alcohol as liquid courage throughout my life. I mean, I was adding cheap bubbly to my personality because it made me more showy and fun. I do it now in different ways because I'm introverted now. I put on bright clothing, like Hamish and I did a photo shoot this week, and I was dressed up basically like a clown.
Yeah, you look like a children's TV presenter.
I did. I look like Wackaday. What's his name? Oh, you're probably a bit young for Wackaday. Timmy Mallet. Anyone listening who's in their 40s would know exactly who Timmy Mallet is. I can't believe that's before your time. You're making me feel old. But I was wearing bright clothes because sometimes I do that, like to prop up my personality like I used to do with alcohol. So I have different ways of being an extrovert now, which is a bit sad.
No, I like that about you.
Do you?
Yeah, I looked at you that day. I was like, God, I have dull clothes.
Okay,
I came in black jeans and a grey hoodie, and then you came dressed as a rainbow. I was like, what is my life?
I was like a rainbow farting unicorn, wasn't I, that day? I was like jumping around like the sprightly, sober clown, and sort of Hamish was stood beside me with sort of sad face.
Yeah, exactly. I went shopping yesterday and thought I need to rethink this.
Okay, I'll take you shopping to the rainbow shop at the plaza. You'll love it.
Do.
Yeah, you're going to come out. Your wife's going to go, what the fuck? So I drank before going out. And if we're really going to think about this, why do people drink before going out? What do you think?
It's confidence, isn't it?
It's confidence. So you're drinking because you think it's going to make you more have fun, and it's going to top you up and make you feel better about yourself, which is really toxic when you think about it.
It's also nerves, right? People get nerves and butterflies before going out.
Yes, and you've got social anxiety. So therefore you're feeling nervous, and the alcohol takes that away and makes you feel better for a short moment in time. But that's not the real you. So it's really fucked up.
Have you ever thought that also it's just something to do with your hands? Whenever I'm having a standing conversation with someone rather than a sitting conversation, I need to do something with my hands. And holding a drink or holding a cigarette is something to do with your hands.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess that's why alcohol-free drinks now, like, I know I don't agree with the re-representation of the culture, but at the same time, standing with an alcohol-free drink at a bar, for me now, like having alcohol-free beer, I do feel more comfortable because of that exact reason. It gives me something in my hands. It gives me a replacement. I'm still getting a treat. I'm still out and no one's asking me any questions.
Exactly.
So it's the same kind of thing, isn't it? It's a matter of replacing it and finding something healthier that's going to work better than a booze. And so I drank before going out, and I couldn't often remember leaving the house. So I wouldn't remember my entire night, which is mental, isn't it? I wouldn't even remember leaving my house because I've been doing shots of vodka in my living room before going out. It's crazy. So what's the point in even going out then? I don't really understand. I had a reputation of being an extrovert. I remember on my 30th, I just wanted to do a big show. I was living in Thailand at the time, and I hired chairs and I closed down a road.
Gosh.
Yeah, and I got so nervous before it because I'd made it all huge and everyone had expectations. I took a cup of Valium and drank some Thai whiskey and was passed out by the time everyone arrived.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think that's dangerous, you know.
So
obviously that's dangerous. What I think is equally dangerous is the reputation that you convince your friends think of you, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because you thought, I was the party girl or the fun one, and then you sort of start playing the reputation that you think you have.
Yep.
I've had that. People think I'm the happy guy.
Yes.
So I feel like, oh God, I can't be unhappy because I'm the happy guy in my friend's eyes. I don't even know if I am the happy guy in my friend's eyes. But you tell yourself a story and then start acting that part.
It's funny you say that, because a good mate of mine, one of my best friends in the whole world, Nicky, he listens sometimes. He was suffering from a few mental health issues, but he didn't tell me. I didn't hear from him for a long time. He kind of went missing. And when I spoke to him about it, he said a similar thing. He said, Vicky, you're my happy place. I don't want to bring my sadness to you because you're always happy. But I was like, I'm your best mate. I want to know about how you're feeling. But it's a similar thing. It sort of distorted me and my personality, because he didn't want to bring me his sadness. And of course, I'm open to sadness. I'm open to everything. And it's a shame that my reputation and my joy, or my pretend joy, gets sometimes in the way, like you're saying, of me having real relationships with people, because they don't want to put a downer on you when you're like that the whole time.
Well, I met someone yesterday and I asked her how her day was, and she told me that she'd already cried 6 times that day.
God.
And I was like, immediately I liked her. I was like, God, that's such a great thing to share with someone that you don't know.
Yeah.
And me seeing a vulnerability and seeing the not happy, or I meet someone for the first time I bet, make a good first impression, immediately drew me to her.
Right, because it's more interesting, isn't it?
More real, yeah.
Yeah, it's more real. Like you say, I'm fine, thanks, everyone's fine. Nobody's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's what we'll discover, isn't it? When you dig deep, nobody's 100% fine. Yeah, so it's a lot of pressure being that extrovert. Everybody was gone from that party. I danced on my own on the empty street in the end. It wasn't a good look. I was stumbling all over the place, slurring. But anyway.
Oh, you woke up eventually, did you?
I woke up eventually and I was on my own. Yeah, it was weird, but I was 30, so it was fine. I used alcohol to be more confident with boys. That was the main reason I used alcohol at the start, for Dutch courage, and it drowned out the awkwardness of willies and fumblings in the nether regions.
Yeah.
You know, that is so awkward. I still find that stuff awkward now. I'm quite awkward around sex because I think I used alcohol to have sex for so many years. Even now, I'm still very, very awkward around it and find it quite confronting.
It's weird that you are awkward around willies, given I've seen you dressed up as a willy.
Oh, yes, I do have an inflatable penis costume,
That hasn't helped with the awkwardness.
I nearly choked to death on that cock, I tell you. It was so tight around my neck. So it's this inflatable thing, and it can't let any air out, and your head hole, it has to go really tight around the neck. It's not the first time I've nearly choked on a penis, Hamish.
I knew that was coming. I left it unsaid.
Yeah.
Well, did it help or not, this boozing, to get on better with men?
I thought it helped, but it meant that I just had really dysfunctional relationships, quite honestly. I never really had a good relationship because it always started where I met someone at a bar or a nightclub or somewhere that wasn't appropriate. I slept with them and then ended up in some weird relationship because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. And I had sex with people because I thought that's what they wanted. It was never me going, this is what I want, in a clear mind. It was always like, I think he might like me. I will allow him to fornicate with me.
Yes.
It was really, really bad judgment, and that's what alcohol did for me, which, of course, is why one of the reasons I had to stop. But that never entered the years when I was married. Of course, Hamish, all the fun was before then. Yeah, so it didn't really help me sort of discover who I was, this type of drinking. It didn't do me any favours. It was kind of propping up my personality and gave me a reputation of being a sort of lost-it party girl. I was unaware of my environment and my own behaviour. It's actually a shame because I think I could have been all right without it. I was probably a bit extrovert growing up as a child. I always had the jokes and the punchlines. I was fun at school. I was never shy or retiring. I was the life and soul before the first drink. So it is a bit sad. If only I'd known my own strength, Hamish, at the time, I could have just led a life without alcohol.
I know. Well, you are that person at a party now.
Yeah.
You were before, you were after, and yes, you were during, but you didn't need to have the booze to be that person.
Didn't need to miss out on all those years. Yeah. Did you use booze to make yourself more likeable, do you think?
Well, I thought about this question a lot this week. I mean, I think what I've tried to ask myself is whether or not me using alcohol made me more of an extrovert. You know, did it really turn me up or not? And I think I try to imagine the dream situation. Okay, so the dream situation would be that after a few drinks, I was the best version of myself. I was funny, I was entertaining, I had all the great conversations. I spoke to thousands of strangers who all thought I was amazing. The truth is, I can't remember any of those strangers.
Yeah.
So even if that perfect night happened, they are not my friends. You know, we didn't exchange numbers. No real connections were made. What was the point?
But also, we don't know what's going on in someone else's head.
Yeah.
So we're making up all these connotations in our brains thinking, well, I think that person thinks that of me and that's okay or that's not okay. But of course, they might fucking hate you and think you're a total tit, but you would never know because they're probably smiling at you and dancing with you at the dance floor. So you just never know anyway, so it even makes it even more pointless.
Yeah. And you're not reading any of the social clues, probably.
No.
I think, real connection takes time. And I think given that I'm going to be, or most of us are sober more than we're drunk, you hope, wouldn't it be better if they liked the sober version of us first? If they met the sober you, which is the authentic real you, first, decide if they like you or not. Either way, that's fine. And then you can form a relationship or a connection. So, I was an extrovert long before alcohol entered my life. Talked about the Uno. I used to enjoy reading in front of the class. I used to enjoy performing in concerts, playing music. So I guess if I was always an extrovert before, I didn't really need the booze.
No.
That was always in me. And as an adult, I've still been this extrovert. I do these Mankini marathons. I used to work as a mascot. 4 years I was a 7-foot lion called Caesar.
Really?
Yeah.
For who?
Surrey County Cricket Club.
Oh, the cricket club, right.
Yeah. They wanted me to have a signature dance move because Vinny the Viking from Yorkshire could do the worm. Well, I couldn't do the worm because I had a really big helmet. Also, I can't do the worm because I'm not good dancing, so I was the robot.
Okay, excellent. The robot lion.
Yeah, robot lion. I did a marathon in that costume, actually.
God, is there anything you haven't done a marathon in?
Mascots and mankinis.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I've always done public speaking at fundraisers. I've talked about the radio. So I guess the question is, have I danced harder, partied later, or been more desirable to those I'm attracted to because of drink? And the answer is probably not.
No.
It's probably led to me acting like more of a dick, making big mistakes, and acting in ways that I'm embarrassed of.
Yeah, because that's when you wake up and realise I was being an extrovert last night, and sometimes an extrovert means I was actually acting like a dickhead.
Yeah. And probably sober you extrovert is enough.
Yes.
Sober extrovert plus alcohol is probably a dick.
Yeah, it's probably a dickhead, probably a really annoying person.
Yeah.
There is a great quote, Hamish. Introverts enjoy people watching. Extroverts enjoy people watching. Maybe when we get sober.
Grief doesn't keep a calendar. Anxiety doesn't clock out after 5. Depression doesn't care if it's your busy season. But support can still fit into your life. With Grow, you can find a therapist who meets you where you are. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions. You can search by insurance, provider specialty, treatment methods, and more to find a therapist who works for you. And if it's not the right fit, switching is easy. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Find therapy on your time. Evenings, weekends, and cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/Acast today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/Acast. growtherapy.com/Acast. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Studies show that 100% of everybody in the world wants to curl up indoors and do nothing because it's so darn cold out there. That's why many people are turning to Bombas, whose pillowy plush slippers and warm merino wool socks have been said to be the most comfortable in the history of feet. Bombas products have been found to boost coziness by up to 1,000,000%. Okay, enough fake statistics, but could Bombas socks and slippers really be the cure? Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
But we don't care if people are watching anymore.
I love that quote. Because when it's written down, I had to read it a few times and be like, I don't understand where she's going with this. Yeah. Now you've said it out loud. I'm like, that's a brilliant quote.
Yeah, because you're saying with the alcohol, we're just doing it for everybody else. Are we doing that for ourselves, or are we just doing it to get liked?
Yeah. For me, I had a real penny drop moment with regards to this people watching comment, which was when I was at drama school, one of the first exercises that we did, and it went on for maybe 15 or 20 minutes. They just wanted everyone on their feet and dancing around the room. And I remember having this thought of, oh my God, am I dancing like an idiot? Am I a bad dancer? People looking at me. And then I just realised everyone is so worried about the way they are dancing and having the same thoughts that I'm having. No one's looking at you.
No one's looking. No one cares.
And that was like a big moment for me. I was like, oh my God, everyone is so worried about themselves. We haven't got time to judge other people when you're worried about whether or not you're dancing like a dick.
that's what creates our insecurities.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't care what anybody else thought about us, then you wouldn't have any, would you? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore.
Well, it's similar. Have you ever I've thought of doing an exercise where we get lots of people in a room, everyone dancing with your eyes closed. And if you're the kind of person that opens their eyes halfway through just to check, then maybe there is an insecurity there.
Yeah.
Really, we should be able to all close our eyes and just go for it and not care without having sneaky peeks.
I would be having sneaky peeks because I get self-conscious about things, which is bullshit, and I hate myself for it. I need to go on some tour. I need to go off and lick a toad's back in the Amazon, take some ayahuasca and be confronted with my own ego for a few days, because I think that would bring me back down to a more normal level where can I just accept that whether someone hates me or whether they don't, it doesn't matter. Can
we do a Sober Awkward on tour ayahuasca episode?
Yes, please.
Yes. It's 14 hours long, me and you talking complete crap.
Yeah. But no change there then.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of like this whole series.
Yeah.
So are you less of an extrovert now? Are you still happy to put yourself out there when there are no shots of vodka pumping through your bloodstream and none of the distractions that come with booze?
Well, I don't feel the need to put on a show for others, as I said before. I don't really give a fuck if anyone likes me. And that is a brilliant change in me. When I was hungover and my husband was there coaxing me down from a panic attack as I was holding my fingers to my throat, feeling whether my heart was going to stop or not.
Wow.
He was there saying, "Are you all right?" And I'll be saying, "Did I make a dick out of myself?" That was my main concern. That was making me mentally ill, that feeling of somebody, making that phone call the next day. "Oh, you said this," or "you offended them," or, all of these awful things that I never knew whether they'd happened or not because I'd been in a blackout. So that fear of the unknown combined with my social anxiety and my self-awareness caused me to have really, really bad anxiety the following day. And now it's taken me a while, but I don't care really what people think about me anymore, which is completely life-changing for me. I don't give a shit. I can't control what people think, and it is a really wonderful feeling. I do still like to make people laugh. I think that's still a bit of a people-pleaser thing that I have. That hasn't changed. I just like seeing people smile. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It makes me happy. It makes them happy. It's still a role that I'm happy to bring.
I don't think you should label yourself as a people pleaser in a bad way.
Yes.
I think people pleasing is a nice person. You want the people around you to have a good time.
Yeah, because it sort of has negative connotations nowadays, doesn't it? Yeah, I am a people pleaser and I do it because I do like making other people happy. There might be some weird egotistical thing in there somewhere. We'll have to step into that in the forest, in the Amazonian jungle, I think. So I'm still an extrovert. It's a habit of mine sometimes. I might be doing the odd sober swan dive occasionally and doing some weird stompy rave dancing in a nightclub or at a wedding. And I have to remind myself that it hurts and looks a bit silly doing stompy rave dancing, but I can still say fuck it and carry on and not care. It's all about being less conscious of what anybody thinks. And sober means I'm happier, and I'm a sober extrovert that is happy to dance in a mosh pit with the rest of the Larry crowd. It does make me feel a bit out of my comfort zone at times, but I truly believe when you're out of your comfort zone, that's when you really start living. And I do try and push myself outside that. Even if I don't want to do something, I generally say, well, that means I've got to do it. So I'm always pushing myself, and I can only do that in sobriety. When I was hungover or drunk, I could never have pushed myself out of my comfort zone.
It's such an attractive trait in you that you have that. I remember I came to your house for Halloween last year, and firstly, your family is always the greatest at costumes, and you guys are all dressed up like the best version. I can't remember what you were. Were
I
you
was
an
a rag
evil
and bone
doctor?
man.
And I was drinking at the time, and you were having miles more fun than me. You were dancing, and I remember feeling self-conscious. I didn't know that many people there, and I was drinking, and you weren't. And I was like, God, look at her go.
I don't know what I was doing really, but yeah, I do enjoy dancing still. I do enjoy dancing. I do find it hard, but I know that I've got to carry on. It's like I've got to keep that part of me alive.
Break through that.
Yeah, I've got to break through it.
Second.
Yeah. So it's still in me, that extrovert. Allowing my extrovert side to shine without the boozy crutch does actually feel amazing now. I enjoy allowing that part of me to come out.
Yeah.
And it is possible to be an extrovert sober. Do you think, Hamish, that you'll struggle to socialise over the next year without alcohol?
I don't think so. I think I am, conversation-wise, I'm confident. I feel I'll be all right talking to people that are drunk. That's not a huge issue. The dancing, I think, like you said, is probably awkward for the first minute or two, and then you realise that either everyone else is drunk or everyone's worried about how they're dancing, and you'll just be one of the crowd.
I think I might have to come and film you doing some dancing and put it on the Cuppa community.
I love dancing. I love it. So yeah, I think it's definitely something I've thought about a bit since giving up booze. There are very much these weddings in my mind that are going to be big piss-ups.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see how I go. I think I'm looking at it as like a really, like those nights are going to be really good challenges, like really good tests of can I do it.
And you know what? I think they're going to be the things that change you. Going out there when you get sober, instead of staying at home, is what's going to keep you on track. If you stay at home and nothing changes, you're going to get bored and isolated and you're going to start drinking again. When you get out there, like what you're going to do, you're going to go to weddings and you go to nightclubs and you're going to continue socialising in the way that you always have done with alcohol. That is how you're going to learn how to be the sober you. And getting to one of those events and being sober and being at a wedding and then waking up the next day with no hangover, no regrets, having had a brilliant time, having had genuine connections with all the people there is going to keep you on track. And that's what's going to make you want to do it again and again and again. And that's when that builds up, that makes you go, why have I ever drank? Why did I ever do this? I cannot see the point. And it takes time and it takes practice going to those things. And it can be hard and it can be out of the comfort zone. But when you do it again and again and again, it is going to build your confidence and it's going to make you into an extrovert that doesn't drink. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
They have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
If your eyes are the windows to your soul and your glasses are the windows to your eyes, then it's pretty important to find your perfect frames. That's why at Warby Parker, we've made shopping for eyewear as easy and fun as can be. Peruse endless styles in our stores or use our app to virtually try on frames and get personalized recommendations. To find your next favorite pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses, or to locate your nearest Warby Parker store, head over to warbyparker.com. That's warbyparker.com.
Hey, I'm Paige DeSorbo, and I'm always thinking about underwear.
I'm Hannah Berner, and I'm also thinking about underwear, but I prefer full coverage. I like to call them my granny panties.
Actually, I never think about underwear. That's the magic of Tommy John.
Same. They're so light and so comfy, and if it's not comfortable, I'm not wearing it.
And the bras, soft, supportive, and actually breathable.
Yes, Lord knows the girls need to breathe. Also, I need my PJs to breathe and be buttery soft and stretchy enough for my dramatic tossing and turning at night. That's why I live in my Tommy John pajamas.
Plus, they're so cute because they fit perfectly.
Put yourself on to Tommy John.
Upgrade your drawer with Tommy John. Save 25% for a limited time at TommyJohn.com/comfort. See site for details.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh, yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Yeah, go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.